All right, we're going to do some self-work workflows, some advanced workflows for the parent-child relationships, and you're going to learn some cool. So let's go open up this drawing that we're messing with, and I want to talk about parent-child relationships because it's kind of cool because we haven't been able to do that in OST, but we can now. So go to the templates, project database templates, and grab this rooms one. Well, maybe we should have some. Yeah, let's do rooms one. This is a good one to learn first. So right-click that, add the takeoffs, templates to takeoffs, and now you have a room name. Let me delete this one that I was messing with. So now you go around and measure all your rooms, right? You double-click in here, mess with the properties, name it VDC lab. Man, it's cool that VDC folks get a lab. Put in the height, blah, blah, blah. Click and hold, drag, cool. So maybe it's, I think there's 12-foot tall walls. So now you have widgets underneath here. You can change these names and it'll aggregate across. If the name is exactly the same, it'll all roll up in the reports, which is cool for aggregating quantities. So you can change it to whatever you want to call it. You can even put in like, oh, maybe there's a millwork desk in here. You can do stuff like this. Add a linear child ? Yeah, child linear desk. So now you can have all of these widgets underneath the parent. So there's the desk. Maybe I want to make it width. I don't want to make it to a desk. What is the desk? 3 feet wide. So then it looks like a desk, right? So now let's take the advanced world. So if you open up the walls, so double click on the walls, and you can see there's a formula in here. And this is where this is super powerful. You can add formulas that are in here. Section, volume, my face is in the way, volume, wall area. You can add all these stuff and it'll calculate that for you. Like right now we have, we could really just kill this and make this wall heights, wall area. And if you want both sides of the wall, you take ×2, right? And then it's square foot contact area. Or if you want to take it times a factor times factor, you just write whatever the variable you want called. Make that and see how it makes a factor variable. So now I want to do 1.2, right? So the power that you have is amazing, incredible. Just make your own stuff, throw it in a template. Let's say you like this one. I'm going to drop this in our template, add to templates, and put it in the GC hard hat huddle. So now it's in there and everybody can use it with my desks too. So let's talk about these items versus the measurements. That's a core concept in zzTakeoff. It's hard to wrap your head around. So measurements, think of measurements as just measurements. That's the OST 1-for-1, where you have quantity 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 if you want it. But now we have items underneath here. So these items are the future, really. These are what would go to estimating software because you only get one unit of measure. You double click on this widget. Here's the formula. I need to go to one that's actually made. So your unit of measure is down here, right there. And getting into the products, this is where it's super powerful. That's more advanced than we need to get through right now, but just know there's a ton here. You want to head in the direction of making a product list, and there's a ton of benefits why you'd want to do that. But there's videos in zzTakeoff community on that, and the training videos to learn more on that, because I'm not going to teach you that at the moment. So now let's talk about a more advanced version of this. Kind of open your eyes to whatever. You can make a lot of things happen. Okay, so I had a lot of fun with making this one. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you can do. So go to templates and go to the project database and grab the one that says systems. Make sure you're sorted by scope classification because, like I said, probably doesn't matter. You can do unit format as well. I have them similar. We have them set up similar. But go to systems and grab the exterior wall one. So let's say we're doing an exterior facade on this puppy. And I don't know, let's just pretend this is the site plan. I got it scaled. So let's say I have a conceptual estimate. I want to figure out the skin square footage. So what I would do is measure measure the world. Excuse my bad line here, you get the point. So then you finish this. Our exterior is actually like 16 feet tall, so make it 16 feet tall. And I got to change this environment to make it not decimals too. I'll do that quickly because decimals annoy me. You can have a company-wide setting to turn off the decimals. That's what we have in our world too. So see how it's a 16 feet? It's the wall area, cool. But how much of that's glass? How much of that's brick? How much of that's stucco? Well, now you get to do window to wall percentage. You're like, ooh, what's this? Then you open that up a little further there. Well, looks like we have fluid applied air barrier. We have EFIS. I mean, you have the wall system, right? You have the studs, fluid applied, and the EFIS. That's kind of your wall system. And these are individual items that we need to price because they're different trades. Heck, do I even have the trades in here? Yeah, drywall and related. Man, I did good. But your database is all cross-coded like that. All right, that was a sidetrack. My bunny fell in the window well. My kid found it, so we had to save the bunny. Okay, so you can see how these widgets could be in different categories. And then you could just change the parent. Like, oh, it's actually, I think this is going to be more at 80% window to wall ratio. And these formulas all update, right? They all add up. 3,000 plus that equals that. You can double click on the formula, see what's happening. There's a little special ... / quantity, which grabs the parent item. That's how that works, man. That's cool. And then it takes the quantity of that, whatever that, multiplies it by the wall. You can see how it's set up, which is pretty cool. So now let's take this to the next level. Let's take this to self-perform templates. So let's take I think I tucked this one in the GC hard huddle template. So go and grab this mat foundation. This is kind of where we're headed with our templates for our self-perform folks. I don't like how that dropped underneath there when I brought it in. That's really weird. Apparently, if you're hovered over this and drop it in, it'll drop it as a child. Learned something new today. And it needs to be concrete. That really threw me off. Let me fix this quick. So I double click here and pick concrete. Okay, now we're smoking. That's good to know though. If you click here, grab a template, it'll land in whatever you're selected. It's interesting. Don't know if I like it or not, but so now you can make this matte foundation. Pretend that's your matte foundation, right? I guess just because it's cool, let's do that again. I've shown this to people like live, and they like their mouths drop. So watch all these quantities, right? As I'm drawing, I'm going to do it slow. So see how the quantities are all going up. God, that's cool. Right, it's like live as you move. So let's say this is a 4-foot thick matte foundation. And these, I think I went over this in my last video, but you could do text with tags and just this :inch, :ft, and dimension are the kind of ones you want to know. Dimension actually builds the little brackets with the quotes and it'll do 4 foot, 2 inches. See how it makes it for you. With the little hyphens, so that's kind of cool. But we like our matte foundation in inches. 48 inches thick. So, you can see what this is doing. Like, let's take something kind of fun, like rebar. Rebar's doing rebar size 1 each way, top and bottom. These are just for our templates. Maybe they're number 9 rebars each way. So that's doing it. Multiplies it times 4 because it's a double mat. On center spacing is 12 inches. You can see the formula there. So you change it and it'll calculate the tons. You can also do pounds per. You're like, no, I don't give a crap about this. I just want to delete all that and say volume times pounds per square foot. Let's do that. Volume cubic yards times pounds per square foot. Because you know that metric. And then you want to divide it by 2,000. And then what is it, 150 pounds per square foot is a good number. And you can see it calcs it out, you can check it, life's good. So that's how you can make stuff on the fly quickly, which is cool. And the goal of this is to kill in our estimating software, we have these built in Sage, but our mission is to kind of move this all to the Takeoff software, and you can see why, because it's so streamlined and it'll flow right to your estimating tools, and you will have a good life. And then you can do things like this. So check this out. So this is in the community. You can search for this checkbox to include visible on the right pane. You can do things like, this is another example. You check boxes. Do you want to include this? And you can make the text say different things too, which is just awesome. If you think about, like, I don't know, forming. Like, do you have water stop? Yes or no? You can make it say something different. And sweet. So that's really what I know. Right now, you want to really build out all your templates for all your widgets. We got them kind of well on our way. And the other things the things you could do in here, I don't know if I didn't update that, but like, I'm just the tip of the iceberg. I will be doing another video that's kind of hidden as a Easter egg type video for more admin folks to talk about how to set this up and sort codes and more advanced things. But it's going to be, let's hide it right, probably like right here where we're fighting the desktop beast. Yeah, right there. I'm going to put it right there, kind of hidden. So, cheers.